we're about the halfway mark, and having that buffet this morning before the run, not such a good idea, but I can certainly use a cannoli right about now. Good day, everyone. This is Tim, and we are about to start the weekend. And this is a gloomy, cold Vancouver evening, which is just as well because I'm at the airport and I'm about to head on to a trip. And oh, that looks pretty nice. Giant globe there. And I'm actually heading out on a trip for a run. One of my friends was noticing I was getting a little bit round recently, and she was kind enough to convince me to go on a run, and this is a half marathon. And the way she convinced me was that she found a run in Vegas, and I think it's called the Rock and Roll Marathon, and it's just a half, but you get to run up and down the strip or both ways, but we'll see. But thank you so much for joining. I'm just about to catch my flight, so hopefully we'll have a great run, but hopefully we'll also have a couple of good meals, maybe a buffet or two. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm just about to catch my flight and watch so I don't get hit by the car. But so really grateful that you can join, and we'll be on our way. Come on, let's head over to Vegas. So after a short 3-hour flight, leaving the gloomy, wet Vancouver, we have arrived in Vegas, and this is beautiful Las Vegas at night, and this is beautiful Las Vegas in the morning. Good morning, everyone, and hope you're doing well. So arrived in Vegas and all set for the half marathon that we will go up and down the strip later on tonight. Yesterday we picked up our race package, and in typical Vegas form, the lights and the smoke and the tunnels, and that was in the morning. But later on the day, we got a chance to visit downtown Las Vegas as well. And really grateful for that. One of my favorite places is a Main Street Cafe, and it's really thanks to Bill and Lisa for recommending that place. And I was smart enough to listen to Bill and Lisa, and I ordered the Simon. And unfortunately, my friend who did not listen to Bill and Lisa got a club sandwich and a salad, and she was eyeing my Simon, so we had to share, and really delicious there. Lots of broth, lots of noodles, and that mustard was super spicy. And that small amount on the noodles was quite a lot to handle. It was strong and went straight to the sinuses, and I could not stop coughing. But lucky enough, there was this wonderful lady, Mama Jo, who you see. That is her from behind, gave me a pat on the back and a small hug, and everything was good from there. And it was very kind of her, because while we were not looking, she took our bill and covered our meal. So really grateful for her, and hopefully she enjoys the cookies we got her as a thank you. So really grateful for that. But now, this is relatively early in the morning, early by Vegas standards, because this is 11:30, and I'm hoping to get some energy for the run in the form of a brunch buffet. And I've heard about this buffet for the longest time. This is Buddy V's Ristorante, and only on Sundays they have a buffet, and Italian food, pastas and pizzas, and hopefully steaks and meats, and of course the cannolis. So I'm pretty excited for that, but I'm not sure if it's such a wise thing to have a buffet right before the run, or at least a couple hours before the run. So if you don't know who Buddy V is, all around Vegas, he has these annoying vending machines, and they turn up the volume to the max here. You're walking along down the hallway, and all of a sudden you hear Buddy's voice, and it just freaks you out.
Hey you! How you doing? Who wants to eat some cake?
But I'm quite excited to try their Sunday brunch buffet, and having such a large buffet a couple of hours before the marathon or the half marathon. Not sure if that's such a good idea, but I think I'm willing to find out. This is carb loading cramming style. So we're doing this at the last minute. And this is the Venetian, and I believe Buddy V's Ristorante is right down those hallways over there. So I can't wait to give it a try. I hope you're hungry. I can certainly use the energy. Come on, let's have a great Sunday brunch buffet together. Come on, let's go. So this is in the Grand Canal shops, and I think there's a bit of a lineup. And oh, I can certainly use a coffee. Let's get in line. So the line is moving quickly, and I think we're coming up next. A look at all the hard-working folks in the hot kitchen over there, and it is a beautiful day. So I'm just checking out the menu over there, and it looks pretty nice. So $55, lots of good food, and I think meatballs, lots of carbs, ham, peppercorn crusted steak. That looks pretty good, and I think our table's ready. Hey, Arlene. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us here. Are you here for a brunch buffet?
I am. It looks so good. Can I get a table?
Yes, of course. You can both follow me. Right.
Thank you. All right.
So is everything?
So this is certainly a nice venue, and gosh, I can use a coffee, but I can see the buffet already starting over there. And right in front of us are the pastries, and over there, I think it's a hot food station. And further to my right, I think that is a gentleman with some carvery and some steaks. So I'm still not sure if it's a good idea to have such a carb-loaded, heavy buffet before the run, but wish me luck, and I think I'm gonna not wait for the coffee, and then we'll just get started, because maybe a little bit of time for resting before the buffet. Come on, or before the run. Come on, let's go. All right, so this is really nice. So this is the appetizer station, and I think we'll start here first, but there are so many more stations available, from the carvery to the hot food station. That looks pretty good. Best chicken parmesan I've seen, and the meatballs. But I think to begin with, we'll start off with something healthy. This is a rustica salad, looking very good. And I think a little bit of caprese, a little bit of cheese and basil and tomato right here. Beautiful. And moving on, the Caesar salad with the giant croutons. And I think I can't resist a little bit of salad with the croutons. And the food gets better. There's shrimp. Hey, what a way to start off the morning with shrimp number one, and maybe a second one for good measure. And as we progress on the seafood, they have more. This is salmon with a bit of hummus and a beautiful charcuterie board and cheese. And as good as the salmon looks, I think I'm gonna get a couple of crostinis as a base. Oh, nice and oily in the best possible way.
No.
Let's arrange those. So a little bit of salmon. We'll do a schmear. There we go. But to gild the lily some more, as nice smoked salmon on top. Little bit of hummus. And this is probably the best hummus I've seen on crostini number two. And of course, a little bit of the charcuterie. Mix them all up. There we go. And as we go along, I can see all the hot food there. And that is a peppercorn steak and the roasts and the hard-working folks in the kitchen. But I think this is a good start for the buffet. It's so nice to get back to your table and find something new. Joe has brought over the coffee, and not only do we have a cup of coffee, we've got a jug of milk. And I couldn't resist the tomato soup, but I think I need the coffee first. Okay. All right, a little bit of a stir. All right, and a good morning to you, and good morning, it's like noon, but cheers anyways. So normally I stay away from the salad, but that Caesar salad with the croutons just looks so appetizing. I think I definitely need to give it a try. So a little bit of salad first. Very nice, but let's go for the crouton. Oh, nice and crunchy. It's an interesting crouton. It's cheesy and crunchy on the outside, a bit of olive oil, and soft and tender on the inside as well. think we gotta try the shrimp. And the shrimp here is quite ginormous. I'm gonna go with a little one first, but that is not little. Shrimp is really fresh. And not only is it fresh, it is so flavorful, perfect texture and perfectly cooked, nice and clean as well. Oh. Really well done. So, I think a little bit of the salmon lox on the crostini. That is exactly what I was after, a crunchy crostini soaked in the lovely olive oil, topped with some nice salmon and a wonderful schmear, nice and creamy as well. And with the crostini, I think we gotta try the tomato soup. A little bit of cheese, a little bit of croutons, mix them around. Nice and rich and creamy. And I think I'm gonna try something different. From the caprese salad, I think I'm gonna take the mozzarella, warm it up in the tomato soup with the basil, and let's give this a try. Again, the rich tomato soup, and it just kind of melts the mozzarella a little bit, nice and creamy, balances it out. So I'm gonna finish off the first round, and thank goodness, because Joe, our server, mentioned that in the far end of the buffet, they have a dessert station and more hot food, so I can't wait to take it back. I'm starting to wake up. A really quick appetizer round, and I think it's time for some breakfast items and some hot food. I guess this is brunch. Come on, let's go. Oh, and this is interesting. I haven't noticed this. Normally I'll stay away from the pastries, but these little white packages here, Italian donuts. Let's go for one. Oh, thank you, sir. But moving on, that is what I'm after. Those are the cloches, and behind them are the hard-working chefs cooking pasta made to order. Okay, and I think we'll get a plate first. So we've got a little plate, a medium plate, and a big plate. Oh, and this is heavy, and let's see what they have. All right, starting off, our quintessential breakfast items. A little bit of bacon, and some sausages, which I think I'll skip. And let's see, cloche number 2. Okay, little bit of scrambled eggs, not a lot. And cloche number 3, okay. The cloches are quite high, and looking in, these are the potatoes, and I think that's okay. We'll do a little bit of a carb load. So that section is our typical breakfast. A little bit of potatoes, eggs, and bacon. But let's see what they have, and I think it gets better because the Italian food is right here. So I think we will start off with a wonderful mushroom and truffle pizza. Right here, right in the center. Some wonderful frittatas, and that looks a little heavy, but I think we'll go with some pasta, and I think this is sausage and broccolini. Let's go for this here. Oh, there we go. Scoop number 1, and scoop number 2 for good measure. And I can see the other stations over there. But I think with a fresh pizza, this can't wait, and let's go back. And this is a truffle mushroom pizza, and let's take a look. Nice and thin. Fantastic bite, as expected. Wonderful toppings, beautiful crust, and let's check the undercarriage. Beautifully browned and spotted. Very nice. And as nice as the topping is, the crust is nice and bubbly. and crunchy as well. But I can't think of a better way to start brunch than with a bit of coffee and some donuts. Let's give that a try. All right. So nice Italian donuts, nice and fluffy. Cheers. A beautiful sugary coating, nice and light, like a little cloud or a pillow. Just need a little bit of coffee. What a perfect start. Let's try the pasta next. So this looks wonderful, and all the hardworking chefs cooking this up. The flavor is intense with the basil and the parmesan and the broccolini and some spicy sausage, and pasta is cooked perfectly. Very nice. So I'm starting off with little bits and bites and going around the buffet, and I am actually a little bit cautious about eating too much for the run. So I'm going to sample a little bit of everything and we'll take you back. The breakfast type round was delicious and so easy to finish. A little bit of eggs and potatoes, a great start. And with the bacon, I tried to mind my manners with the cutlery, but unfortunately it's only one way with your fingers, and bacon is always good. So with the second round done, let's go for round 3. And I think Orgo has some wonderful steaks back there, and I can't wait to give it a try. Come on, let's go. So the steaks and the roasts are looking lovely. Hey Orgo, how are you?
How are you?
Oh, very good. And that is looking delicious, perfectly pink.
Yeah.
So thank you. So I'm going to come back for the very end to get the steak while it's nice and hot. Thanks, Orgo. So we'll definitely visit Orgo a little bit later. And oh, that is a nice looking pizza, and I might go for a second slice, but let's see what we have here. These have got to be the best looking chicken parmesan I've seen. Let's go for one here. Carefully. Nice and cheesy.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Emmanuel.
Good.
This looks lovely.
Thank you very much.
And this is like the best chicken parmesan I've seen.
Oh, thank you.
Looking pretty good. So what should I not miss here?
I really enjoy the frittatas. The
Okay.
frittatas have a lot of flavor.
All right.
Cured meats, broccolini,
Yeah.
roasted tomatoes, spinach, a little bit of Parmesan is all very good.
Well, definitely go for the frittata. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Frittata.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so great folks here. So I think I'm gonna go for the frittata, and look at this. This is the mac and cheese carbonara style. All right, let's give this a try. All right, this is gonna be rich and heavy, but that's okay. And another spoonful for good measure. All right, and moving on. Wow. So we've got the meatballs and something called the Hoboken wings. Not sure what it is, but let's give it a try. And we'll start off with the meatballs first, smothered in sauce. Carefully, I think, right next to the chicken parm. And let's go for the wings right over here. And we'll pair them up. So the plate is getting full, and I think we'll have to see our friend Orgo. Okay, so it does get busy in here, and oh, I think there is one little piece left, and that's all I can handle. Hey Orgo, how are you? Oh, one little piece left. Can I get a fatty cut?
What?
Fatty cut? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Only one?
Maybe two. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Orgo. Thank you. Oh, and I can't forget the frittata, as recommended by Emmanuel. And they are looking heavy. Let's see. And one last spot for the steak and eggs. So I think I'm going to be in trouble for the run, because the plate is getting pretty full. Okay, so that is a heavy plate, and excuse the shake. I'm not sure if it's the weight of the plate or the coffee, but this is looking wonderful. So I might be in a little bit of trouble. And there's so much items here, I don't know what to start, but I think the steak can't wait. And a really lovely piece here. Let's cut into it. Oh. And all they give you is a butter knife. And that's actually all you need. So it's so tender. A little bit of horseradish. And that just melts in the mouth. This is absolutely tender, probably on par with the best steakhouses in Vegas. A little bit of horseradish cream. Okay. So when you're here, don't make the mistake I did by waiting to the third or fourth round for the steak. Go see Orgo immediately because that is probably one of the best steaks I've had. But with the meats, let's try the meatball as well. And these are quite sizable. So a little bit of a knife and fork with the marinara sauce. There's just something comforting with the meatball and that tangy sauce. And I think maybe we'll mix it up a little bit with the macaroni and cheese carbonara style. Very tasty. That mac and cheese, perfectly cooked, but very rich at the same time. So a little bit of the sauce would hit the spot. Finally, let's go for the chicken parm. Oh. The chicken parm, not too bad. Breaded, cheesy, saucy, but sometimes at a buffet, when it's been sitting out for a while, you just need it fresh. But all in all, not too bad for sure. So, I am getting a bit worried with all this food and the run. But I saw someone with a marathon or half marathon t-shirt here with an even bigger plate. So my anxiety has subsided and I think I'm just gonna enjoy. And I'm gonna finish off this course and then we'll go back for maybe another slice of pizza, maybe another bowl of soup, but for sure the desserts, and we'll take you back. I think we need to go for a mimosa next. This is the familiar buffet walk, and always nice to see the folks in the kitchen cooking up a storm. And I think I'm done for all the hot food. Round 3, that was enough. And I think when you're here, definitely go for the wings. Those are the Hoboken wings, and I wish they just call it Jersey wings. It's hard to pronounce, but so tasty, a little bit spicy, but very tender. And of course, Emmanuel's suggestion, the frittata, that's certainly something not to miss as your egg dish, and a rich, luscious frittata with all the smoked meats, and that ricotta just cuts it perfectly. But now I think it is time for dessert, and this is the dessert station. And it's nice because earlier I can see them replenishing the stations very diligently, and let's grab a plate. And once again, these are the smallest plates I've seen. But after all that food, this is exactly what is called for. And oh, look at all these wonderful Italian desserts. My friend Stevie from Montreal would be proud. Let's go for an Italian cookie right over here. Some raspberry meringue lemon tarts. Oh, and my favorite, the wonderful cannolis. And I think I can only handle a mini one. Carefully. And this is right on the edge. Perfect. No casualties there. Right over there are mini banana bundt cakes. And unfortunately, I don't like bananas, but they are just too pretty to pass up, and I'll risk the taste. And moving on, beautiful cheesecake, and okay, chocolate covered strawberries. Let's go for one. Right here. Whoop. A little bit of rearranging needed, and we'll go for a second one as a backup. Wonderful panna cotta, and I think we'll end it with a tiramisu. So I couldn't resist. I also got the panna cotta, and I think out of all this, this might be a mistake. Not too fond of bananas, but this is just too pretty to pass up. And let's see, just a little bit hard to open, and I think we need two hands, and I sat you up there. But let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's give this a try. Hopefully not a mistake. Okay, it is moist and tender. And I can verify it is moist and tender. And while banana is not my favorite thing, they did such a good job. The texture is light, not too sweet, and that cream is heavenly. I think this is probably the only banana dessert I like. And speaking of my favorite desserts, let's go for the cannoli. Oh. Oh. That is absolutely heavenly. Crunchy and crispy on the outside, rich and creamy on the inside, a perfect balance and contrast of textures. And what makes a good cannoli? There are two sides to it, just like every good tail, the pistachio side and the chocolate chip side. Very nice. And very rich. And to counteract that richness, maybe a little bit of panna cotta. Oh, much too pretty to eat, but that never stopped us. Rich and creamy and luscious, and the panna cotta is just set, barely, and look at the wobble. And I think the wobble is partly due to the excess coffee. Oh, so flavorful, light and luscious and refreshing. So this is Buddy V's Ristorante at the Venetian, and I've been avoiding this for the longest time because of afraid of all the carbs and the pastas and the meats. But that's certainly something we should embrace, because not only do they have the fantastic pizzas, but the meats and the meatballs and the roast from Orgo. And I forgot to mention, that on the menu, they have made to order omelets or French toast or pancakes. So you can order those, but I don't think I can handle any much more. So I think this is it. So really great experience here from Arlene and Orgo and Joe, and really fantastic experience here. So thank you so much for joining. And I'm not sure if this is such a good idea still for the run, but I think I'm going to finish up these desserts, and then we'll proceed, and I'll let you know how it goes. So again, thank you so much. And I think we're going to finish this off with the cookie and a little bit of coffee. So thank you again, and until we see each other, take care of each other. God bless, and bye-bye for now.
And later that afternoon, along with a crowd of 45,000, we were ready to run off that buffet. A little bit of pyrotechnics to start. And we were off, 45,000 people down the strip. Beautiful to see at night. And after a little while, this is the finish line. A little bit of a weary finish. Thank you so much for watching, and check out my other videos as well.